Hey, welcome back to another netcast. I'm Rich Lopez, Quantrix Authority. Fantastic that you joined me today for episode number 40, where I'm going to show you a trick that I learned about a month and a half ago that I thought was the greatest trick I've learned all year. That is SumIF based off a comma-separated list. I have here really three matrices I'm looking at. I'm looking at really a general ledger data dump. What it has here is it has the month, year, and then it has the general ledger line broken up into its various parts. So there are several elements to RGL. There's the natural account, the department, the location, the sub-account, and then I have a balance here. Okay? So that's one matrix. I want to sum this data and group it by its reporting group, whether it be Oak City or Kanosh, and I want that to be grouped by year, by month, as you can see here. The groupings are dependent upon what natural accounts, what locations, what sub-accounts are applicable to that reporting group. Okay, so Oak City has these natural accounts with these location combinations and these sub-account combinations. Kanosh has these natural accounts with these locations, these sub-accounts. Okay, as you can see, these are comma separated. So how am I going to do a SumIF based off of these criteria against this data? Well, let me show you. First off, I want to find out whether or not the natural account or these other elements are listed within the list here. And how I'm going to do that, I will now demonstrate. So I'm going to say this is Oak City dot natural account. It equals, I want to find whether or not this natural account, and I'm going to throw a comma in there with it, concatenate a comma to it. I want to find out whether or not that is in Oak City natural account down here. Okay? And it shows me that it is. This one begins in this one's at the very beginning of this string. This one's at the 81st position, 4800's at the 26th position. That seems about right as it's occurring here. If I went in and I were to delete 4000, I would expect to see this one to give me nothing, give me an error, because it doesn't exist in the list. That's working exactly the way I want it. But I also don't want to see the position it starts in. I just care whether or not it's in there. So I'm going to wrap this in a isNumber statement, isNumber. Okay? So once I do that, I can scroll through and I can say, well, all of these natural accounts are found in this Oak City natural account list. Okay? I would then need to do this for location and sub-account, because those are the other elements that are applicable to Oak City. So as I've done that already here, so I'm just going to uncomment those formulas really quick. And I'll probably pause it while I'm doing that. So let me. Okay, so I've gone ahead and I've uncommented out the formulas that I had before, and now you can see that I've got location. This location that I have listed is in this list. I think it's 325 there. You can see it's in here, and so on and so forth with sub-account. Now what I want to do is I want to say, well, this entire line applies to Oak City if all of these have a 1 in them, but if any one of them has a 0 in them, like these, they don't apply to Oak City. And how I would do that is I would write in another formula that says Oak City dot Oak City region equals the product of all of these, okay, like so. Then what you can see is if there's a 0 in there, it's going to return 0. If there's a 1 in there, it's going to return a 1. And again, you can see that it's working. If I go up to natural account 4000, it's bringing in a 1 for Oak City region. I go ahead and I delete natural account 4000 out of here. You can see that then that is no longer applicable. Okay, so it's working the way I want it. Now I want to sum this data into this calculation matrix, and this is just then a very simple sum select statement. So what I'm going to say is I'm going to say Oak City is equal to the sum of select. What do I want to select? I want to select the balance from here, and what is my lookup list? or my value list, if you will. It's going to be Oak City region, and I want it where it equals 1. Okay? As I do that, it gives me a gargantuan number there, and so I need to use using this year as year, and then I need also month as month. And when I do that, you can see that I am now populating the data based off of the criteria listed here in a comma separated list. I'm able to do a summation. So that was a fantastic trick, really revolutionary, that I learned about a month and a half ago. I hope you found it beneficial. If you have any questions about this podcast or any other podcasts or anything in regards to Quantrix, feel free to reach out to me at QuantrixAuthority@gmail.com. Of course, follow me here on YouTube and at Twitter. I absolutely love Quantrix and want to make you a Quantrix master. And I hope to see you again on another episode of Quantrix Authority with Rich Lopez.